Well, hello there, KK fam. Welcome once more to Quanchue's Kitchen. And if this is your first time stopping by, I'd like to say a very warm welcome to you. Join Mama and I as we make some TZ for some KK family members we recently met. This was their request and they really enjoyed it. Mama makes some mean TZ. You might have enjoyed my recipe, but trust me, you need to watch this to get her version as well. We have here our tomatoes. Meat, so this is goat meat with some of the stomach parts in there. That is typically how we make TZ. We also have some onions, 4 large ones, ginger, peppers. We are going to make this spicy and we'll leave some of the peppers to go in. We also have some cow meat. It has a lot of skin, so it's almost like the hide or the wele cow skin, pretty much. Some mackerel to flake into it, tomato paste, and garlic. And in this yellow gallon we have some palm oil. We're going to use a little bit of that as well. Our meat, this one is parboiled because the cow meat is so tough, so we parboil this, especially when it has the skin, and we'll put it on the meat when it's almost done. We're going to start off by blending some onion, ginger, and the garlic to go on the meat. So we've added our garlic now. That's the garlic in here. And we're going to add the ginger. We're going to start seasoning our meat, so we're going to put some salt. We're going to add our blended ingredients onto the meat, about half of it. We're saving some to start the stew. We're going to put some water onto this. And stir. Gonna cover and bring it to a boil. We're gonna add about a cup of palm oil. Frying some onions first. This is just half of one of our onions, diced. We're gonna put the rest of our onions in here. So Mama is squeezing out the seeds from the tomatoes. We're adding 3 peppers to our tomatoes. We want it to be spicy today. Onions frying beautifully in here. And now we are going to add our blended tomatoes and peppers. We're going to cover this. Partially, you want to leave room for it to bend. We're just trying to prevent it from splattering everywhere. Checking on our meat. It's pulled up so much liquid because of the organ meat and that little water we added to it. We're going to add tomato paste to our stew now. The blended ingredients, that's the tomatoes and the peppers and onions, have cooked down. And now we're going to add the tomato paste. So we're gonna start getting our ingredients ready for the actual teaset. So this is this is the what we call a bulgari. So that's the corn flour, and we are going to just sieve it. Typically most people don't, but we just want to make sure that it has no stuff here that we don't want. So we're gonna just sift it through our sieve, just so we know that there's nothing in there that we don't want. So Mama did 3 cups of this, which I would say it's about 3.5 cup, because you saw how she made it. She said the okoto ujum konko bako. So I would say 3.5 cups. Or better still, I'm going to measure this when she's done, so I know the exact quantity for you. This is what she was trying to get out, all that chaff, and so that is done. So I'm measuring it all out again, just so I know this is accurate for you. Two, 3. It's safe to say 4 cups. So 4 cups of the corn flour. So we're going to start measuring the kokonte, which is cassava flour. That's a cup. And 2 for say, Mama. What for no say? What do we need? 2. Okay, so that is 4 cups also of the kokonte. It's so windy out here, so we don't even want to just shake the actual sieve, because then the wind is going to blow everything off. So it's taking forever. Yeah. Yeah, but the wind is sending it back to where it came from, back to Ghana. Okay, so this is the residue we got, the strings in the cassava. So you want to definitely strain that. Checking on our stew. We're going to add our pre-cooked beef, which has a lot of the willy in here now. Just mixing it in here. And we are going to let that cook together for about another 20 minutes to soften up. Okay, so our tomato stew is pretty much well cooked. It's almost dried out, and I think it's a perfect time. Oh, Mama, thanks. Mama, Mama wants to put the meat in, so we're going to do that. It has a lot of liquid still, and that will thin out the stew as well. Yeah, well, not that much liquid, but we're going to pour that in here. Everything in here. Just like that. We're going to thin out our stew with a little bit of water. About 1 more cup of water, so about 2 cups in total. Thin it out and let it cook through so the meat can absorb all the flavors and give its own flavors too into the stew. Mama is tasting for salt. Hey, anyway, look at her. She doesn't want to get. Okay, hello. Yeah. Hello. The Arizona heat is already killing her, so that's how she's doing it.
We are cooking to Zaafi. Will you come and eat with me?
Everybody is coming. All of you, you are invited. Mama says you are all invited. Mama still thinks we could use some more water, so we're gonna put about 1 more cup here. So pretty much thin it out according to how you want it, or how soft or hard your meat is. So our meat is a little bit still tough, and since we wanted to absorb some of the flavors in here, I think this is about how thin we want it to be, so it cooks down a little bit. Okay, we're gonna put our peppers in the stew and just let it cook. We don't know if our friends want it spicy, so just so it's there. Okay. Mama thinks she needs a little bit more palm oil, so she's gonna pour a little bit more on top. If this happens to you, please make sure your palm oil is fragrant enough, or just fry it first. But this one, as you know, our palm oil is always good, so about this much. Then we just mix it together. So we have some herring here. We just broke it up and we are going to rinse it first. That is going to go in the okra. So herring's going into the pot. We're going to put some hot water or regular water if that's what you have. That's about 4 cups of water here, and we are going to use that to boil the herring to soften up a little bit before we add the okra to it. Okay. Since we don't have lots of jute leaf or molokaya leaf, what we call ayoyo in Ghana, we are adding some okra. Basically, our okra is going to be made with real okra, some spinach, and I have a little bit of jute leaf that was in my freezer, so we'll add that. Add some water. And also and blend. So here are the other ingredients we are going to be using. This is dawa dawa, this ball right here. We have some jute leaf that is frozen. I just chopped it in my food processor and froze it. And we have some onion. Mama says it helps make the slime come in your okra, and it also gives it some fragrance. So she's gonna cut the dawa dawa into 2, she says. It's pretty soft. And she's gonna put it in the this is locust bean, and they just mash it up and make it into this ball, and Mama is going to use half of it. Well, that's why we are out here. She wants to flake the dawa dawa into the water instead, so with the fish. So there we go. So our guests that we are making this for don't eat mackerel. So this is actually tuna, which they eat. So instead of the mackerel, we are just going to do tuna. And we are just going to break it up. So you can use, actually you can use any kind of fish so far as it's soft and hopefully grilled or smoked. It makes it better. We're making it into big chunks so we can put in there. So into the stew that goes. This is just going to sit here for a little bit and then it will be ready. Just absorb some sauce. Remember, this is already cooked, the tuna. You could just pretty much just put it on your food to eat. So we're going to cover to cook through and our stew will be done. So we have 5 cups of water. And Mama is going to add some corn flour. The bogari nankasa anyway. This is the corn flour. Two of us said 3 cups. So she's taking about 3 cups of that. Okay. and you're going to mix it. This is what she's going to use to make the porridge. So you just want to have a liquid. It's pretty much going to be thick, but remember we also have some water boiling, and that she's going to add to make the porridge. We just pour it into our pot, just like that. Rinsed it out a little bit, adding that in here. Okay, so we're going to measure out our hot water. That's 7 cups. 7 cups. And we pour that onto our mixture to start the porridge. Okay. Mama thinks it's going to be too thick, so she's going to measure out a little bit more water. That's 4 cups. So a total of 11 cups of water. We're making a lot of TZ. Now we're making the porridge. The porridge is thickening now. And we're just going to let it boil over. So Mama didn't want the okra to be too fine, so she thinks this is good. It's pretty much like chopping, more like a finer chop. So she's going to put that blended okra in now on top of the fish. So we've allowed it to cook for about almost 20 minutes because this is bone dry herring and you want it to soften up. Now she's going to pour the okra in there. I'm going to blend some spinach as well. Add some water to the spinach. So our porridge is thick now and boiling. We want it to cook through a little bit. So the tuna is cooked through now and our stew is done. Gonna cover this and work on the rest of the meal. We're going to add some jute sleeve, the jute sleeve in here. Also add the chopped onions. So Mama is going to add some baking soda. About 2 teaspoons of baking soda in here. That is going to help with the draw and also the color. Mama wants to now scoop some of the porridge and set aside. So this is the kokonte now. The teacher wants me to tell the students that is the kokonte she's put in the porridge. All of it. and you want to stir. So you put it on the surface just like how you make regular kokonte on the liquid, and then you stir so that it mixes up. She just added a little bit of the porridge, so you'll be adding the porridge as you go to thin it out. So she's going to add the rest of the corn flour as well at this point. So you want to mix this until there's no lumps, and at the same time you'll be adding the porridge gradually. Maybe I do in your mirror, so I'm helping. So gradually the porridge goes in until everything is in here. Very last of the porridge is in now. We rinsed out the porridge, get everything out, just a little bit of water. So Mama says her okra is done. So we're going to turn off the flame. And the TZ is done too. So we're going to shape it into balls and we can eat. So we're going to scoop some of our TZ, line a bowl with plastic, scoop it in, twist, and wrap it. So this is a cling wrap.
Yay!
Awalenім є па. Okay, na na ba video nim. 6 month video dey any show dey because I was on crew man na say.
Okay.
Whoa, me dem pe mako.
Oh, fa ma ko pa yo pe via. Ope. Ai. Osa musa muni abe ma die man.
Okay.
Everybody's invited.
Alright, okay.
Okay, original but straight from Ghana. You grade that. What's it for?
Originally, yeah.
Kumasi for.
Oh my God.
Hey, when you just the picture,
And every video into the end, I'm
everybody's invited.
Heard what our other family members said. This is really worth trying. Please try the recipe and give Mama a thumbs up. And say thank you to our friends for coming to tell the Thanks for watching. Kindly give us a thumbs up. And until we come your way next time with something delicious, be loving, be kind, be happy.